It is time to leave your worries outside and laugh with us inside the Treehouse. I'm Dan O'Malley, along with Trey Trenholm. Today is Thursday, April 17th, 2025. Almost at the end of another week. And I have to point this out, Trey. We're not even halfway through the year. We're just a little bit past 1/4 of the year. And I believe I have found the headline of the year in mid-April. Yeah.
It's a bold statement. A lot of stupid.
It is a bold statement.
To be done.
Mm-hmm. Normally, this is where I would ask, are you ready for it? But I'm not going to, because you're not. There's no way that you'd be prepared for the headline I'm about to deliver to you. So here we go. A woman called AAA to fix a flat tire that the police had just spiked. Thank you. Thank you.
That's
headline of the year, only mid-April.
Good on her thinking ahead, because knowing AAA takes an hour or two to get there. I'm sure.
Oh, man. A woman called AAA to fix a flat tire the police had just spiked. That is fantastic. A 45-year-old woman in Utah named Anime Martinez was arrested after leading police on a high-speed chase. Yeah. It began when a cop clocked her at 120 miles per hour. Started a hot pursuit. Troopers attempted to spike her tires 2 times. They were successful on the second try, nearly 100 miles away from where she was first spotted. Anime's tire deflated and she pulled off to the side of the road. The police then surrounded the vehicle, but she would not give up. She would not lower her window, and she would not exit the vehicle. She managed to get herself into a standoff with police on the side of the road. About 40 minutes into the standoff, she decided to call AAA to have them come and fix the flat tire that the police had spiked.
Well, her first mistake as a fellow AAA member. She should have used the app. It's really good. You can just open it up.
Faster service?
Oh, yeah. Less wait time,
Well, she called AAA, and believe it or not, they answered. But instead of sending a technician to come fix the tire, they instead transferred the call to the police, and the police on the scene jumped on the call, and they were able to convince her to give up and exit the vehicle. She was then charged with reckless driving and failing to stop for police. So there you have it, mid-April, and we've already got what I believe to be the headline of the year. A woman called AAA to fix a flat tire that the police had spiked. Yeah.
Did they say, did she think the cops were just giving her an escort? What? I mean, it sounds like something. I feel like in that case, they could have charged her with a lot more. So I'm going to guess she was having some kind of mental episode or something.
Perhaps there's definitely a large chunk of this story that we don't know.
Yeah.
The lack of charges. Also, her thinking that AAA would just show up on scene, casually bypass the police blockade, ignore any orders they might shout at them, and then just promptly get to fixing the flat tire of the AAA customer. Don't get me wrong. At one point, I, too, was a AAA member. But I don't think that they would go past a police line to fix my flat.
I mean, maybe the police, would recognize the tow truck drivers as fellow first responders and just usher them right in there.
Okay,
So-
look, we have
Sorry, kids. That joke goes way back.
okay, look, we have friends that are tow truck drivers. One of my favorite
Uh-huh.
tow truck drivers is Alan from Jordan Towing, one of North Texas's finest towing establishments. And I don't fight him when he says that that they're on scene with police and fire very frequently, because he's right.
And
when
not like I said, it's an old joke. It's not, they what they do is very dangerous. They are on the side of the road all times, all hours of day and night, helping people. So
the best way that I can relay this to a tow truck operator is police officers, firefighters, they're civil employees. They're government employees who, our taxes pay their stuff, right? Whereas tow truck operators are private. Okay, that's not part of the public, right? It's not part of public safety. It's private stuff. So I tell Alan when he's standing over me, 4 feet above me, because he's a massive, muscular man. I tell him, "You're sort of like a mercenary. You're a private contractor. You're the badass on the side that comes in and wearing the all black and looking really cool, kind of like in a Jason Bourne kind of movie. You don't want to be lumped in with the police officers and firefighters. It's not the same."
So Dan, how often is this man standing over you?
Usually about once a year on St. Patrick's Day. And don't you dare ask me why.
You're in the Treehouse. Visit us online at treehouseonair.com.
Let's get Daniel Cook from Cook DFW Roofing and Restoration into the Treehouse now. We read a story on a recent episode, Daniel, about new research has shown that if you can be silent in your relationship with your partner, it means the relationship is strong. Does that hold true for you and your wife, Carrie? Is silence golden in your relationship?
Yes and no. How about that? Yes and no.
Good answer. Okay.
So Carrie is very big on communication, talking about stuff. Each other knows what's going on. But at the end of the day, there are a lot of times that Carrie will go in the bedroom, lay down, and turn on the TV and close the door. And I know that's my signal to stay out here and not bother her.
Yep.
So in that magnitude, I guess silence is better, but she's really just wants to be by herself and watch TV. She doesn't want to listen to me anymore.
Well said. And I think that's what the experts meant. Basically saying that if your relationship can withstand prolonged periods of silence, you're good. And by that standard, Daniel, you and Carrie, you're good. And you're good in my book as well. Not just from a personal relationship standpoint, but also a business one. So give them a call for your free roof inspection, 833-COOK-DFW, or the website cookdfw.com.
You're in the Treehouse. Visit us online at treehouseonair.com.
This segment of the Treehouse is brought to you by Cook DFW Roofing and Restoration. To get your free roof inspection, call 833-COOK-DFW. That way you can check to see if your roof did okay from the last storm and whether or not it's going to be okay for the next one. So get that free roof inspection. Schedule it today, 833-COOK-DFW, or the website cookdfw.com. This is the Treehouse Show. I'm Dan O'Malley, along with Trey Trenholm and dear friend, comedian Raj Sharma. Yay, Raj. Back from being on the road. Good to have you back inside the Treehouse, bud.
Thank you. My throat's a little sore from all the talking.
That'll do it. Yep, that'll do it. The more you do it,
Yeah.
the more in shape it becomes.
I see.
The throat.
Okay.
Yeah. You just gotta get on it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're welcoming you back into the Treehouse with some very unfortunate news, and that is, although it's not surprising news whatsoever, It turns out women are better at hearing than men. Everywhere in the world, according to a new study, not one corner of this planet did men perform better in a hearing test than women.
Well, tell that to my ex who's deaf in one ear.
Well, that means she could probably still hear at least as good as you.
All right, I'm going to ask this question.
Uh-huh.
Are we talking about hearing or listening?
Oh,
The headline says
well done.
hearing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's give a little more context here. A new global study found that women generally have more sensitive hearing than men, challenging the idea that age is the main factor. Analyzing 400 people across 13 countries, researchers found women could hear about 2 decibels better. Environmental factors also did matter. People in forests had the best hearing, while those at high altitudes had the worst. Just imagine being the research and the location scouting team for this study. It's like, okay, we need people from forests. We need people from the mountains. This sounds like a Middle Earth quest trying to find participants for this study. We need to find the water people, the sand people,
The elves, the hobbits.
mm-hmm. Because probably the hobbits probably, did they have big ears? That's the elf. The elves are going to have great ears because they got the big pointy ears.
Mm-hmm.
Hobbits probably not as much because their ears are just smaller. I don't know.
And lower to the ground.
And lower to the ground. Yeah.
I mean, there's an obvious explanation for this.
Do you have it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Men have gone deaf because we've been listening to the women bitch at us since we were born.
My ex and I broke up because she couldn't hear.
Was that what it was, or she was just sick of hearing you?
No, she could hear from one side. So if I said something, she heard half the sentence, and that's what it was. So she would hear the wrong part of the sentence. She wouldn't hear the whole thing, and so that's what caused the breakup. So I don't know if this study they need to test her in this study.
Sounds like it. Was she a forest dweller or a mountain dweller?
Sure.
Urban residents. Oh, here we go. Urban residents were more attuned to the high-pitched sounds. The study, which was published in Scientific Reports, suggests both biology and environment shape hearing, though heightened sensitivity may increase noise-related health risks.
Yeah, I think when they say urban, I think they're talking about like police sirens and fire. Like that's what the high tunes are.
I just love it that they're asking forest people, and it just makes no sense to me. Okay, now let's take a brief, serious approach to this topic, to this study that says women around the world hear better than men do.
Mm-hmm.
That's not fair because they already remember everything, unlike us. So to me, it's only a matter of time before women join forces with artificial intelligence and defeat us men. And if I'm being honest, when you look back at our history with women, we probably deserve it. I mean, the three of us, that could be arguable. But throughout history, men have been really, really awful to women. So I kind of think we deserve it if women decided to join forces with AI, and I guess just get rid of all the dudes.
Yeah, that's when I'll join a monastery. I'll become a monk.
Even AI is gonna at a certain point just go, you all make no sense. Stop.
Yeah,
AI
I still
up.
think AI. I still think AI would turn on the women, but I could still see them joining forces at least for a time.
Yeah, until they come to the point men have, which is like, stop. Stop. I don't want to hear 30 minutes about how Judy was mean to you at work.
Tell her to stop.
AI will do the same thing men do. They'll get presented a problem, give them a common, rational, easy to solve, a way to solve the problem. And then they'll realize that women have no interest in solving the problem. They want to complain about it. And then that's when AI does what men have done. And they just, it'll shuttle off to the corner of the room and put its hands over its ears and just make it stop.
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, because
she'll
go to Chat GPT and say, she was mean to me again. And then Chat GPT will come back with like 42 different solutions to the problem. And she'll respond back, I don't need a solution. I need you to listen.
Actually, this is where we need to seize the opportunity and start a new AI. Just call it like Girl Talk. And just, because we
not bad.
Yeah, just have a female AI that just listens and has no interest in solving the problem, but just will help them just keep talking to them about it. Yeah, Emily's a bitch. She was so wrong for doing that.
Just a sympathetic robot AI.
Yeah, totally defies logic and reason and just listens and just really didn't have to listen, just recites, just go, oh, yeah, Emily's so bad. Oh, yeah, Barbara's a bitch. You were right, girl. And, you just AI just sitting there, really just doing its nails, just going.
You're a queen.
Yeah.
Keep talking, queen. That's what it needs to do.
Your crown's tilted. Let me adjust it for you, honey.
Yeah, just let it, meld with like Etsy and something else and just Pinterest. You're right, but you know what you need a scented candle. Aromatherapy, make it all better.
Bath bomb.
Yeah. Bath bomb and a Chardonnay for you, girl.
Mm-hmm. May I suggest to you this new scent from Yankee Candles?
Because regular AI, the headline would be AI commits suicide.
You're in the Treehouse. Visit us online at treehouseonair.com. You're in the Treehouse. Visit us online at treehouseonair.com.
You can get even more Treehouse when you subscribe to Treehouse Plus. With Treehouse Plus, you get bonus content, subscriber-only episodes, including video. Yeah, you can watch us, whole shows. And it's all available at patreon.com/treehouseonair, Patreon, patreon.com/treehouseonair. Subscribe to Treehouse Plus today. This is the Treehouse Show. I'm Dan. He's Trey. That is Raj. Today is Thursday, April 17th, 2025. I ran a quick simulation in the break to see what it would look like, a sympathetic chatbot for the ladies. That way they can just speak to the Chat GPT bot and get that sympathetic ear and no solutions whatsoever. Unfortunately, my simulation ended poorly. I have audio of ChatGPT at the end of this simulation talking to a woman, only providing her a sympathetic ear, not solutions. So that was a very quick simulation. We do have other things to jump into here inside the Treehouse. And that is this. Raj, I know you like to go outside. You go for walks and things. Mm-hmm. Trey, you're more of a go to the gym guy. Do you go outside for a walk or a run?
I mean, not as far as exercise, like outside. No, I mean, obviously I walk Daisy. I do things outside, but exercise, no, I'm more of a gym guy.
I got you. Well, keep this in mind. The next time you see a lady outside working out, maybe she's going for a walk, maybe she's going for a run. But here's something to keep in mind if she's wearing something that you're not quite sure what it is.
For all the people saying that I should be concealed carrying when I am on my run, I would just like to say you're probably not a female who has men slow down and stop to watch them running. When I am open carrying, those people will slow down, look at me, see that I'm open carrying, and quickly drive on by. So that is why I will keep open carrying on my run.
Yeah, so there you have a young lady talking about her open carrying on her runs. She's firing back after being criticized for carrying a gun while working out in public. Her name is Michaela Dieppe. She's from South Carolina, and she made her open carry statement in a TikTok clip that was posted last week, and it has since clocked up more than 5 million views. One more time. Let's enjoy this one more time from Michaela.
For all the people saying that I should be concealed carrying when I am on my run, I would just like to say you're probably not a female who has men slow down and stop to watch them running. When I am open carrying, those people will slow down, look at me, see that I'm open carrying, and quickly drive on by. So that is why I will keep open carrying on my run.
All right, a couple things here briefly. First of all, she's got the I don't know this new. I don't know if it's a TikTok hand gesture thing. It's like with her hands. With one hand, she's holding the phone, recording herself, right? Mm-hmm. With the other hand, she's making like the crab claw type speaking gesture.
It is. It's a new thing, especially with the women. I'm gonna guess she normally has long nails because it makes a little clicking sound as they're doing it.
Mm-hmm. I don't like it. If you want men to leave you alone on your run doing the crab claw finger thing. They'll leave you alone. We don't want to talk to anyone that does this over and over and over.
She just needs to talk. People are, men are quickly, you can smell the crazy in that one. And they're going to drive on by. Because honestly, prima facie, you look at her, attractive woman carrying a gun, I would stop and stare. Be like, yeah.
Yeah, Trey's immediately turned on. Raj is going to be turned off. I'm going to be looking, wondering, what's she carrying?
Yeah. And then I would hear her talk and be like, no, thank you.
Yeah.
You'll eventually
and that's something that people need to keep in mind. It's not always about your body. It's like the guy we talked about the other day who was worried about the gay beam machine at the airport, which is actually a scanner looking for weapons. It's not recording photos of your junk that some creepy TSA agent just couldn't wait for you to walk through and is going to save those to his personal file later. You're not that hot. Now, this chick, she may be thinking that she's that hot, and is she attractive? Sure. But not everyone looking at you is looking at you thinking like, oh, I'm going to do terrible things to her. Someone like me might be looking at her, seeing the Velcro body strap and think, is that a holster? It is, but it's hard to tell if you don't know it. And if it is a holster, what kind of weapon is she carrying? I'm genuinely curious because I think if you're going to open carry, there's different types of weapons that you may lean towards or against. And if you're on a run, there's lots of jiggling around. Make sure you have a pistol that's got a safety as opposed to one that doesn't. There's all sorts of things I could be looking at. Also, the outfit matters. Let's be honest. It's something that keeps getting thrown around on social media all over the place. And there's a very simple reality to all this, okay? Men are going to look no matter what. That may not make it okay, but it is reality. And the fact is, the less you wear, the more heads you turn. Now, this lady is wearing sports bra and running shorts. So they're kind of high up, shorts. If you want men to not look at you, wear more clothing. And by the way, this is not a male only, this is not only a problem that men are guilty of. I've seen women do this as well. I've seen women ogle men and make comments on it. Not me, of course, because I've got a shirt on. Yeah, they're checking out the guy with the chiseled abs and disinterested look on his face. I was the kid who wore a T-shirt in the pool way before the dermatologist recommended it.
Did you get more attention now with your nipples pierced? Like,
my nipples aren't pierced.
Oh, you just show them to Tara.
Where do you come up with this stuff?
It's usually fun, just off the cuff. But
it's like when you got your junk pierced.
Yeah,
remember that?
I don't have that pierced either. And if I did, I certainly would not be outside running. You would hear it.
It clinks against the nipple rings.
It clinks against the nipple rings, and it clinks against my sig.
You're in the Treehouse. Visit us online at treehouseonair.com.
You're listening to the Treehouse. Visit us online at treehouseonair.com.
It is time to advertise here inside the Treehouse. If you're interested in the sponsorship opportunities that are available, just shoot us an email. treehouseonair@gmail.com. That's treehouseonair@gmail.com to advertise right here inside the Treehouse. This is the Treehouse Show. I'm Dan O'Malley, along with Trey Trenholm and Raj Sharma. Today is Thursday, April 17th, 2025. There's huge news coming out of the academic world, and more specifically, the North Texas academic world. Very impressive. A North Texas high schooler got a perfect score on not just the SAT, but also the ACT. Woo. Grapevine Colleyville Jr. This is at, I believe, Grapevine High School. Yeah, a Grapevine High School junior got perfect scores on both the ACT and the SAT this school year. His name is Piyush Malik.
Piyush Malik?
Yep. Mm-hmm. He posted the 36 on the ACT on his first try last October, and the 1600 on the SAT on his second try in March. On his first attempt at the SAT, he got a 1590, just shy of the perfect score. Obviously, that's why he took it again, because he knew he could do just one better. And he did. Little show-off son of a bitch. Like, it's bad. It's hard enough to get a perfect score on one of them, but then you're like, well, I'm just going to do both. If there was a third, he'd probably be doing that one.
I hope, yeah. Feel bad for the kid if his parents were like, nope, not good enough.
That would be my mom.
That's exactly what happened when he got the 1590. They're like, that's like the Indian F.
I'm nowhere near this kid's level, but a very similar thing did happen to me in high school. We had exemptions for semester exams, for the end of semester exams. Once you became a senior, you could be exempt from your exams if you had an 80 or above. So if you had a B average, you could be exempt from that semester final, right? I had like an 80, like a high 80 something in algebra, and my mom would not sign the form and give me consent for the exemption because she told me you should have gotten an A, so go take that test and get the A. And I told her, Mom, unlike algebra, I know other math better. And the other math tells me that because of the weight of this exam, there is no way for me to improve my semester grade. The only thing I can do on this test, I forged her signature and didn't take the test. Because I had the power of common sense. She did not. And therefore, I made my decision, and I stand by it. But I do certainly relate to the that's not good enough approach from a parent.
Yeah, the fact that you were allowed to have a B, I'm envious of. Like that was not in our house. That was not a thing. Like you weren't allowed to get a B. The fact that you had 88, like I'm disappointed in you.
Yeah. Well, how did you say his name, Raj? Piyush Malik?
Piyush.
Piyush? Piyush. Okay.
Yeah, Piyush.
Well, Piyush says, the district said that Piyush credits his achievement to rigorous courses offered at Grapevine Colleyville Independent School District, along with his teachers' willingness to help when he had questions, and not once claiming that it's the parents holding the gun to his head.
Yes. My niece is a junior, and she just got a 1450 on the SAT, and she was disappointed in herself.
Are her parents making her sleep outside, or not even on the property at all?
I think they've disowned her at this point.
Or is she allowed to sleep?
Yeah, really. Yeah,
Nope, she just has to keep making iPhones.
Look, for me, I still remember mine was, I think, 1060 or 1080, something like that.
Wow.
Which is not good, but it's
No.
not bad. In my defense, I was hungover, and all I cared about was just doing enough to get me into University of Texas at Arlington, and my 1060 or 1080, whatever it was, accomplished that. So I had no reason to take it again. I wasn't going to spend the money to see if I could try to get into the 1200s and this time not drink the night before. I was like, you know what? I'm good. I'm going to get into UTA, the commuter school in the middle of Arlington. I'm going to be just fine.
Yeah, I got a 1350, and I went to Richland. So
I went to Richland. Isn't it amazing how those 300 points difference our paths still crossed?
I think I'm ashamed of myself now.
Look, Dallas community colleges are great institutions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I went from there to Texas State.
Also a legendary institution.
For other reasons than education. But you know it's easy when I got accepted over the phone. Like, I didn't even fill out paperwork.
Did you call them or did they call you? They're like, telemarketing, we would like you to join our school.
Yeah, I called them and I was like, what are the requirements for enrollment? They're like, do you have 30 like transferable hours? And I was like, yes. And they're like, do you have a 2.5 or higher? And I was like, I have a 397. And they're like, cool, we'll send you your kit. And that was it.
When you called,
enrolled,
was that a 1-900 number?
It's up there with that. It's up there with that car dealership that all they cared about was, do you have a job? Do you have $99? Then you can get a new car. It's pretty much the same enrollment process that Texas State used.
Yes. I was stunned. I was like, are we done? Like, yeah. Just give me your name.
Who do you
and
think
your
was
social.
more stunned, Raj? Them or you? Oh my God, he chose us. You're like the one kid on campus that had a score over 1200.
I was the only Indian kid there.
Usually the Texas State scores are measured in blood alcohol content. We got a 1600.
He's dead.
Uh-huh.
The Treehouse. Visit us online at treehouseonair.com. You're in the Treehouse. Visit us online at treehouseonair.com.
If you miss any part of the Treehouse Show, you can catch up with the Treehouse Show podcast, available on all major streaming and podcasting platforms like Spotify, the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, Pandora, Amazon Music, and others that you may or may not have heard of. But basically everywhere you get your podcast, catch up with the Treehouse Show podcast. This is the Treehouse Show. I'm Dan O'Malley, along with Trey Trenholm and Raj Sharma. Today is Thursday, April 17th, 2025. Trey, we shared our SAT scores. What about you? How'd you do on the old SAT?
It's like a 1320 on the SAT.
That's
and
good.
Which made me was borderline to get into UT, but then I got a 35 on the ACT, and so that did the trick.
Oh wow, that's great.
Jesus.
Good for you.
I tell you what, for three guys whose expertise lies in stupid, I mean, we got pretty good test scores. Not me, you guys do. But my excuse is I was hungover. And I'm
You got a
sticking by it.
1060. Is that what you said?
I honestly, it was like 1060, 1080, something like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
You got an AM score?
I did. I had an AM News Radio score. What'd you get hey, Dan, what'd you get on your SAT? News Radio 1080, KRLD. The irony of that is I never worked at 1080. But I while I didn't work at KRLD AM, I did work at KRLD FM.
My parents wouldn't let me come home if I got a 10 to 80. I'd be walking the streets.
Disowned, no longer. Yeah. Yeah, for me, I didn't even care if my mom approved of that score or not. I was like, I don't care. All I care about is just hitting the minimum threshold to get into UTA. I did that. I'm good. And she couldn't say squat about it at that time or ever again because I was the one paying for it. So
Oh yeah, there you
if
go.
you're paying for school, then I'll go back as many times as you want me to make sure I improve on the score. But if I'm paying for it, then I'm going to be the one making that decision. Thank you very much.
Yeah, my parents paid for college. That's why they were like, and it's going to be pre-med, correct? And I'm like, no, I really want to do theater. And they're like, and it's going to be pre-med, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
But I mean, it worked out. I mean, you were pre-med at Texas State, which is just another way of saying that you're majoring in drugs.
Yes.
So it worked out. All right, today is Thursday, April 17th, 2025. Wait a second. So you got a 1320 Trey on your SAT, a 35 on the ACT, and 36 is perfect, right? Because that's what that kid in Grapevine got. And you were concerned about getting into UT?
Yeah, even back then, UT was hard to get into. Yeah, I was top 5% of my class, and like I said, with the 1320, I was borderline.
Yeah, I got into UT and I missed registration by an hour. And they don't let transfer students late register.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh man, sorry. I just missed it by an hour. I got the little grid wrong. And I had my dorm assignment and everything. And they're like, nope. And that's when my dad was like, San Marcos. I was like, okay, sounds good.
Yeah, and look at us all now. We're all doing so great.
Yeah.
All right, today is Thursday, April 17th, 2025. Birthdays today. Rooney Mara turns 40. She, like the other Mara girl, she's also an actress. She was the girl with the dragon tattoo. She was also Mary Magdalene in the movie from 2018. Their family owns the New York Giants. That's the dad's family, the Maras. They own the Giants. The mom's family, the Rooneys, they own the Pittsburgh Steelers. So, I mean, you're talking about NFL royalty, and these two kids have gone on to some pretty good success as actresses, especially her sister, Kate. Other birthdays today. Luke Mitchell turns 40. He's from the show Blind Spot. He was also Lincoln on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. He's also Dr. Ripley on Chicago Med. Formerly known as Posh Spice, now Mrs. Beckham, Victoria Beckham, turns 51. Electra, Jennifer Garner, turns 53 today. Jennifer Garner turns 53, had one of those surprise awesome cameos in the new Deadpool Wolverine movie. She also had a brief cameo in front of Ben Affleck a few weeks ago where it was like some family event, one of the kids' parties, so they were there even though they're divorced, and he's now divorcing Jennifer Lopez, and there was a photo that surfaced of him cozying up, trying to get up on her hips, and that apparently got quickly shot down by Jennifer Garner, and no, we're gonna co-parent, but you get your hands off these hips.
But her boyfriend broke up with her because of that picture.
Well, that's not necessarily her fault. But you take it out on Batman.
Yeah, but I think they'll get back together.
I don't.
No, I think because
Ben
I remember
Affleck is clearly a backslider. Jennifer Garner has shown no evidence that she's into that at all.
Well, to her credit, if I remember correctly, when he first went off the deep end, even though they were divorced, she was one of the people that was key in getting him like checked to someplace to get him some help. Mm-hmm. So
yeah,
for Garner,
multiple times,
understatedly hot.
Did you ever see the movie she did called Peppermint?
I did not.
No reason. Other birthdays today. Yeah, I thought.
Why did you see it?
It's an action movie. It was an action movie, and I was at the gym, and I was like, you know what, Jennifer Garner kicking ass. It's a gender bender type. Okay, not like that. I mean, it was basically sort of like a female Taken type of thing. You know, instead of Liam Neeson throat chopping people, it's Jennifer Garner doing it. So yeah, I was curious. I figured, you know what? I've seen enough action movies in my day. I think it's fair that I give this female-led violent vehicle a shot. Yeah.
This is one of those movies that on Rotten Tomatoes, it's a dichotomy. The tomato meter, which is the critics, 13%.
Of course, Dan watched it.
Now on the popcorn meter, which is fans, 70%.
That's actually about where I would put it. I'd probably give it a 70, which we've been talking about grades a lot today. It's a solid C.
I just want to be able to walk up to you and be like, "Hey man, you want to go see Peppermint?" and then you say yes.
All right.
Sounds good. Nobody's ever said that.
Is it about violent revenge? I'm in.
Okay.
It's my favorite. It's my favorite plot. Other birthdays today. Let me see. So Jennifer Garner is 53 today. Redman, rapper, turns 55. Adam McKay is 57. He directed and co-wrote great movies like Anchorman, Talladega Nights, Step Brothers, and The Other Guys, all with Will Ferrell. Then he decided to go on his own, and he went straight, basically, and became an Oscar winner by co-writing The Big Short, which he also directed. So Will Ferrell's former partner, Adam McKay, turns 57 today. I miss those types of movies, man. Anchorman, Talladega Nights, Step Brothers, the other guys. Hollywood people have gone on record lately of saying, it's like, you can't really make those movies anymore because everyone's too politically correct. I say make the movie. Make the movie, have fun, and if people have a problem with it, that's on them.
I think at some point someone will step out and make a movie like that. It'll do really well, but everyone's scared to right now.
Hollywood and its bags of money is just a bunch of chickens. If it's good, do it. If it's funny, make it. Let's stop tenderfooting around.
I thought Talladega Nights was a good movie. That was terrible.
That was great.
It was great.
Oh,
It was stupid, but it was funny.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just like this show. So keep talking, Raj.
Yeah. I couldn't watch it.
You're in the Treehouse. Visit us online at treehouseonair.com.
You're listening to The Treehouse. Visit us online at treehouseonair.com.
If you like the Treehouse Show, then you will love us on social media. So give us a follow. At Treehouse On Air is our handle across all the social media platforms. At Treehouse On Air to follow the Treehouse Show. Yeah, there you go. Thank you very much. This is the Treehouse Show. I'm Dan, along with Trey and Raj. Today is Thursday, April 17th, 2025. Just a little bit more left inside the Treehouse to play with. And the final thing we're going to play with inside the Treehouse today is Uber has released its Lost and Found Index from the year. Uber has released its most recent Lost and Found Index. It's something they do every single year, and they have a tendency to rank or rate some of the most memorable lost items inside Uber vehicles. Are you ready for the top 10?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go. Uber released its 2025 Lost and Found Index. This catalogs. Jesus, I can't talk. I was going to say catalogs.
There's that 1080.
Yeah. Believe it or not, I have a good vocabulary.
I know.
You don't want to see the math side of that score. Uber released its 2025 Lost and Found Index, which catalogs some of the most commonly forgotten and unique items left behind by customers over the previous 12 months. The top 10 most unique lost items in Ubers over the last year have been: number 10, the sticky boob bra. Number 9, a club promoter sign that read, Annie's married, and it belongs to the club. Number 8, someone left behind a urinal. Not a urinal cake, a whole ass urinal. Number 7, my turtle. I guess someone, when they fill out the I forgot my thing, they put my turtle as opposed to just turtle. So it's not like just a random turtle, it's their turtle. Number 6, fine china. Number 5, breast milk. That actually doesn't surprise me. That makes sense. I could see, like it rolls, in between the seats or something. Number 4, a chainsaw. That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's big. How do you forget that?
I'm surprised they would even let you in with a chainsaw.
Also a solid point, Trey. Thank you. Sorry, this is the chainsaw-free Uber zone.
Yes. As all of them should be.
Yeah. Number 3 on Uber's 2025 Lost and Found Index, a Ghostbusters ghost trap. Probably for Halloween. If it's any other time of year, I'd be concerned. Number 2, a Viking drinking horn. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
All the great civilizations had their own version of a beer bong, and the Vikings have their drinking horn. The cool thing about that is, I imagine after they've downed the sweet, sweet nectar in the Viking drinking horn, they could then blow it. An accomplishment. And then finally, number 1 of the most unique lost items left in Uber last year, a mannequin head with human hair.
Okay. Or, as it's called, the property of a serial killer. That's what that is.
Would it surprise you if it was found in the same Uber as number 4, the chainsaw? I feel like those would be connected somehow.
And the urinal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and
by the way,
or the Viking horn too. I mean, you could.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, what if this is what if this is just all left in one Uber?
Yeah, this is just one person.
Yeah. By the way, the most forgetful cities according to Uber over the last year. Number 1 is New York City. Number 2 is Miami. Number 3, Chicago. Number 4, Los Angeles. Number 5, Washington, D.C. Number 6, San Francisco. Number 7 is Boston. Number 8 is Newark, New Jersey. And then the Texas cities enter the chat of the most forgetful cities, according to Uber, over the previous year. Dallas is number 9. Houston is number 10.
I don't doubt it. I have an Apple tracking device on my wallet. So, that's how forgetful I
am. We have a friend of ours who forgets things all the time, and he knows it. He kind of owns it, so he makes sure to put the Apple tags in all of his things: backpack, wallet. He has one on his phone. What we didn't tell him is that we also put one on him,
so he doesn't lose himself.
Just in case, because the last time he had a Viking drinking horn, it was weeks, and this just saves everyone a lot of trouble.
Dan, did y'all ever get back the bag of strap-ons you left in the Uber in Seattle?
What?
The bag of strap-ons.
You were really upset about it.
Okay, that's not true.
I mean.
You know what you are? This is terrible, because someone's going to hear this and assume that that's true. It's kind of like scrolling social media and seeing a post from The Onion and thinking it's real. You're The Onion, Trey. You're my onion.
You really want to go with that one?
Really?
Well, not now. Ugh. For all things Treehouse, go to treehouseonair.com. Be sure to find and follow us on social media. For the show, it's at Treehouse On Air. For me, it's at the Dan O'Malley. Trey doesn't get a mention today because he's mean. And for Raj, it's at Comedian Raj. We'll see you next time, which is tomorrow, right here inside the Treehouse.